a little bit of history. So not only has Nonprofit Commons been meeting weekly, this started in 2005. And grab my little text below so I can also put this here. So in June of 2006, sorry, not 2005, 2006. Let me go down to my little notes here so I can pasty. Here we go. And at that point, Susan Tenby from TechSoup, which if any of you have done anything on nonprofits, of course, a lot of us here already know this. TechSoup.org is a site where nonprofits and community groups and religious orgs go to get their discounted software and also a lot of and technology and also a lot of kind of help and resources for those kind of things. So at the time, Susan Tenby, who is director of online community, was exploring virtual worlds and came up and how they might be useful for nonprofits. Came in World and started to kind of convene meetups like she was doing in the physical world. And that started in June 2006. That picture on the left, upper left, that is actually at Info Island. Those are what those meetings were like, little round circle. People would just kind of get together and hang out and meet up on a regular basis. And off on the right, that is actually Susan at a particular event where she was showing off the Nonprofit Commons community early on. And then, just as we're going to have today, they had a big kind of celebration when Nonprofit Commons officially launched in its own space, which is the region you are standing in right now. This is like the original region, and it was donated by Anji Chung, which is why those little logos underneath there, that was the poster that they were kind of using off on the right. You'll see Anji Chung's logo and the old TechSoup logo and not the new then Nonprofit Commons created logo, and so it officially launched in August 14th of 2007. So we're like 2 weeks over our 18th birthday or anniversary. Of course, again, those meetings actually started the year before that, so it's even more than 18 years if you consider that. But this is when our home here came about. And then these are some early highlights. I'm not going to go into a lot of stuff, but more just some of the early foundational stuff. And so January 2008, Nonprofit Commons starts to get more traction, especially with TechSoup promoting it a lot. And they get a write-up in NBC News article on philanthropy in Second Life and in virtual worlds, and and on the launch of Nonprofit Commons. Then we're kind of going to read to the right there for a second. Then by April of that year, 2008 was kind of one of the big first hype cycles for Second Life. So there was a lot of attention being drawn at game spaces, virtual environments, and especially Second Life. So that year, also in April, there was a congressional hearing on virtual worlds, and that included there was a handful of people who were invited to speak about them and to speak about Second Life specifically. One of them being Philip Rosedale, the founder of Linden Lab, also Susan Tenby, who still of TechSoup, Larry Johnson, Dr. Larry Johnson, who's some of New Media Consortium, which a lot of you may remember him from that. Also, there was Dr. Colin Paris from IBM Research that was there, and they all were testifying about Second Life as part of the Telecommunications and the Internet Subcommittee congressional hearing that was being had then. And it got a lot of coverage, and funny enough, including being parodied by Jon Stewart's Daily Show, the original Daily Show, where NPC, and specifically Susan Tenby, was even directly called out, mostly because he was sort of making fun of the parody of seriousness of serious use cases of a virtual world, while there's a famous sort of little clip that he has of Susan Tenby being asked about her presence in the space, and she mentions that her avatar name is Glitteractica Cookie, and that she was a pink cat, and that was enough to, I guess, draw attention to Jon Stewart. And then by October 2008 too, there also was the beginnings of even like community members who were starting to publish their work. So, and TechSoup was supporting those sort of things. So one particular member, Anika Pastorelli in Second Life, many of you might know her, Sandra Bettinger on, she published an article on nonprofits in Second Life promoting causes Second Life for real world impact. So that's kind of really, and there've been quite a few others, including Rick Panganiban, who was a one of the also community like managers here at Nonprofit Commons for a period of time too. So fast forward through all of that, and again, there was a link in the earlier beginning first slide to the timeline. There's a timeline with lots of stuff in the middle, and also lots of like stats and things pulled out on the impact and reach of Nonprofit Commons. But in 2017, and I'll put that in here, March of 2017, there became this transitionary period where TechSoup was moving away from virtual environments. So through, and at that point I was their community manager. And through that interaction, the nonprofit that I co-founded, Avicon, we, in collaboration with talking with Susan Tenby, we decided that it would make sense to transfer Nonprofit Commons over from one nonprofit to the other nonprofit, so that way the project could still continue to go on. So with that, Avicon started to become the fiscal sponsor of NPC, and also the technical related stuff as well. And then by that year too, the Nonprofit Commons, there was a lot of organization and peer governance that started to kind of create what to sort of started sort what NPC would be as peer governed. And so by then we also eventually elected a board. So now the NPC is governed by this community elected board, and the first board started then. And that'll just bring us to this end that, you know, and again, there's lots in the middle in regards to the timeline of things on that. But Nonprofit Commons continues to host these weekly meetings, of which we're all in the middle of one right now. And with this diverse, like, you know, social good meets learning focus. And each year we host on average 50 meetings. So every Friday, except for holidays, or holidays that might fall on Fridays or near it, and things like Christmas and New Year's. And they feature a presentation or from an expert. It might be in the nonprofit technology or education, health, research, social or new media sphere stuff. Many of us here, because it is sort of a peer community, have also kind of teach others about things that we may either be working on or learn to kind of pass on for others. And we also offer free office space, which I brought up earlier. I'll put that in there too. So some folks decide to be a member in that way, sign up for free office space. And then our community members also kind of host events, and those include Common Ground, which Zinnia and others kind of host monthly kind of meetups and social good and social events focused in various areas, like not just at Nonprofit Commons, but other like NPC members and folks like that. So that is it. And then back to that link for if you want to support NPC community nonprofit members, that's the link directly to the page on the site for that, or you can click on the sign to the right of these slides if you're in World. So with that, and I'm only 4 minutes over, Zinnia, I'll sort of turn it over to Zinnia. And I don't know if there's anything you want to say or type before we head over, or we're going to basically get up and walk over or teleport over to the other region. With that, Zinnia, it's yours.
Thank you very much, Coach Bree. Thank you very much. So I'm going to put in chat what we're going to do next, and I'll try to say it as well. So thank you very much for joining us today for our birthday celebration. And we'll see if I can get things to go. Yay. Sticky connection today. So the traditional 18th anniversary gift is porcelain. Hence, we're having tea. Porcelain's elegance and strength represent things that are beautiful. I see nothing's coming through chat on my side, so I'm glad you guys can hear me. There's a little bit. There we go. And what we're going to be doing is moving over to loft, and we're going to a group when we arrive. Here's what's going to happen is that we're going to teleport over, and you're going to the paper sitting around, and those are hose balls. So you want to click on them. You can sit or post, and I will give you the teleport here just in a second. And then we're gonna have an opportunity to dance to DJ Tori's amazing music set. And we're also going to be discussing what it's like to be part of this kaleidoscope, the nonprofit commons. And a kaleidoscope is a group of butterflies. So here's our teleport. And you can join us over there.
I'll stand over here and zoom in as just touch a butterfly.
Yeah, I did.
And then when you touch on it, sit here.
Yeah, I did. And I just fell down to the ground. Oh, now I'm flying. Okay, I guess it was the wrong butterfly.
Okay, now she's
Now you've got me upside down.
Yes, I'm upside down too. Isn't that fun? Okay, I'm looking for Nellie here.
Afternoon tea party for nonprofit commons. I hope you all have a great time. I believe we're taking a group photograph first, so if everyone wants to go over to where Zinnia is pointing us, and then we can start dancing. But the music starts now, and let's all party like we're all 18 again.
Okay.
Oh, this looks amazing.
I see Krayatya. Great pose.
Thank you for taking the time to help us with this group photo. Please, everyone.
Any echo bits here? This next one is really back to His Majesty's glory into December to finish March. Gold dance ball to my right, folks, your left.
I think they're in the group dance well.
Right.
I don't know how that happened.
Or it may just be that we clicked on the ball and it's a similar dance. Not sure, but we do seem to be in sync.
Oh, there. Someone's lined up.
Picking up appearances. Up next.
Oh, yeah. I guess it's anybody who does the dance.
Yeah, I love a group dance.
Me
It
too.
makes us all feel like we're in this together. Look
Yeah,
at
it
us
does. It does.
sync. Click on the gold ball and join the group dance.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I hear someone clicking away at the camera.
Taking photos.
Look how everything matches. That's Xenia, right?
Yes,
The
Zinnia's
pillows,
colors.
the tablecloth, our wings, they're all the same texture.
Yes, Zinnia's done a great job with the beautiful tea party theme. Look at it.
Did you manage to get Andrea? Because I think she's stuck. She needs teleport.
Oh, no, Andrea's right here dancing.
Oh, is she? Because, I guess I
Zoom
just
in
saw
on
her
her.
green message.
Yes,
If she's there, that's great.
she found it. Yep, there she is dancing away. Surrounded by butterflies, and we've been sitting on them and flying around with them. So it's time for a piece of music for the butterflies. It is tape 5 with 3 butterflies. Assam high tea. Anyone else an Assam tea fan? I know I am. Is 18 years old, and at 18 we're growing up and thinking this is me. This is Kala Settle and Namara. I know this is a favourite of yours.
Our Echo Vets here. This is for them. It's their theme. It's Band of Brothers. This is How I Roll by 60 and the Film. have children and grandchildren might know it. It is Bob King with Sandwiches Are Beautiful.
Sandwiches are beautiful, sandwiches are fine. I like sandwiches, I eat them all the time. I eat them for my supper, I eat them for my lunch. And if I had 100 sandwiches, I'd eat them all at once. Rolling and traveling and wandering along, and if you care to listen to me, I will sing a happy song. I will not ask a favor, I will not ask a fee, but if you have yourself a sandwich, won't you give a bite to me? Once I went to England and visited the Queen. I swear she was the grandest lady that I've ever seen. I told her she was beautiful and could not ask for more. She handed me a sandwich and she threw me out the door. Sandwiches are beautiful, sandwiches are fine. I like sandwiches, I eat them all the time. I eat them for my supper, I eat them for my lunch. And if I had 100 sandwiches, I'd eat them all at once. Once I knew a pretty girl, the fairest in the land. All the young men in the county was asking for her hand. They'd offer her the moon and they would offer her the sea, but I offered her a sandwich and she said she'd marry me. Now a sandwich may be egg or cheese or even peanut butter, but they all taste so good to me it really doesn't matter. Jam or ham or cucumber, just any kind will do. But I like sandwiches, how about you? Sandwiches are beautiful, sandwiches are fine. I like sandwiches, I eat them all the time. I eat them for my supper, I eat them for my lunch. And if I had 100 sandwiches, I'd eat them all at once. Oh, sandwiches are beautiful, sandwiches are fine. I like sandwiches, I eat them all the time. I eat them for my supper, I eat them for my lunch. And if I had 100 sandwiches, I'd eat them all at once.
Zuri, this is for you. I believe it is your
Yes.
birthday this month as well, and I know that you also do a lot. It's David Bowie with Magic Dance. 10 a.m. is fast approaching, folks, so I have one official track left in the set. I just want to thank everyone for being here today for Nonprofit Commons 18th anniversary, and it's good to see all of you, and hopefully here's to many more years of Nonprofit Commons. I am going to play for Zinnia Disco Inferno by the Tramps. Bye, folks. I have an extra track for you. This is a new track by Nile Rodgers. It is Electric Energy featuring Ariana DeBose and Boy George. are full of electric energy for the rest of the day, folks, and that really is all from me today.
And I think we're going to have a group hug, so let's go and do that now. Bye.
That was amazing. Thank you so much. It was so much fun. I love dancing. I love dancing in real life too. So, this isn't new for me, but it does. Yes, it makes you happy. And that's why these celebrations are so amazing. So, congratulations to NPC for their 18th anniversary. And we're going to have another session today. So, stay tuned for that in less than an hour. So, thank you, Val. Thank you for the screen sharing and everything that you've been doing. Thank you. And everyone for joining us, of course.